Hey, what's up guys? This is Jeff with Gamestork, and there's tons of news today. Just like every day, it seems like Nintendo's on fire, lots of stuff coming, tons of indie games, some really interesting twists on, the future of what's coming soon. Anyway, let's jump right in. Gamestork, delivering news, reviews, and playthroughs like a newborn baby. So the first thing I want to look at is the fact that Nintendo has filed a trademark for the N64 controller in Europe. Now this happened on July the 20th, and it's pretty amazing. It's pretty awesome as to what this could mean in the near future, what we could expect, and things like that. Now Nintendo filed trademarks for 4 different controllers. It was actually on the 18th of July. These include the NES, SNES, Switch controllers, but the most interesting one is a registration for the N64 controller. Now each filing was registered under the same goods and services category, which is more connected to physical products than digital. Speculation has fans wondering if Nintendo could be planning the N64 Classic Edition. Only time will tell. Now we've heard this rumor time and time again, right? First they said it was the SNES, and guess what? That's really a thing. And now it's spinning in the back of everyone's minds that the N64 Classic will also come in the near future, maybe next year. And it looks like, this is more evidence supporting that. Now I know there'll be people that say, well, that's not going to happen, but the reality is we don't know until next year. Right now, it is only speculation. However, this is some strong evidence as to that coming. I'm very excited though too about the SNES Classic. If I can get my hands on one, I'll be extremely happy. Trust me, if I have to do flips and cartwheels inside of a door of a GameStop or something and ninja my way into the back to get one, perhaps that's just what we'll have to do, right? Not really. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Bad things will happen to you because that's called robbing. But anyway, as you can tell, I really want one of those because my childhood centered mostly around the Super Nintendo and also the N64. Now, when I was really young, around the age of 4, I played heavily on the NES because my dad, my older brothers had 4 older brothers, and they all just played the crap out of the NES. And I remember playing awesome games like Rescue and just, a ton of stuff. Skate or Die, you name it, Mario, whatever, Zelda, that game Zelda that I beat when I was 5. It was pretty awesome. Anyway, yeah, and it is hard. Like, looking back on that is much harder now than it was then. For some reason, I don't know. Maybe we've just been conditioned to play games that are easy. I'm not sure. But what we do know is that the SNES Classic is real. It's coming out with 20 awesome games that are just going to blow us away, and I can't wait to see them. And yeah, it's coming very, very soon. The next piece of news revolves around a game you're all familiar with, and probably a bunch of characters that you know as well. If you're looking forward to joining Luffy and his crew on, One Piece Unlimited World Red Deluxe Edition, you don't have long to wait. This is coming out on September the 29th this year. That's official. Another September game. It seems like the past couple days have just been straight September games. We're going to be overloaded with tons of stuff to play. I did play this game on my 3DS. It was really, really awesome, and I can't wait to jump right back in, play it on the Switch, and re-experience this. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend this game, especially if you're a fan of the anime, because there's just not that much stuff out there outside of one-on-one fighting games. And, this is a solid game. It'd be a really good entry into your Nintendo Switch library. The next bit of news comes, there is on Fig.co and their campaigns where they're raising money. It looks like this game is heading towards this goal. It's not quite there yet. If you'd like to go over and invest, I will put a link in the comments below. But this game is called Bounty Battle, and it's by Dark Screen Games. And in Bounty Battle, characters from Darkest Dungeon, Awesome Knots, Guacamelee, and many more meet up for the ultimate indie fighting game. Now, up to 4 players compete against each other using characters from their favorite indie games across levels from their favorite indie game worlds. Bounty Battle features more than 20 indie game characters and 10 unique bounty battle fighters to choose from, each with their own unique playstyles and combat abilities. Now, it's really cool to see who all is here, and man, I was surprised when I saw this today. I was like, man, I wonder how they got that collab together so quick. But these guys are 10,000 plus in of their $30,000 goals. So if you would like to help invest or pledge, just go over there and to fig.co. You can hit the link in the comments below, and you can head that way. And this is coming to the Nintendo Switch. The controls are instinctive in this too, and as this says, they remain the same for all characters. And while the controls remain the same for all characters, each player's ability is very unique. And one important aspect of this game I didn't mention earlier is resource management. Unlike many brawler games, Bounty Battle requires you to manage a life gauge as well as the energy gauge for bonus points. So this would be one added little plus that perhaps, you know, if you learn how to save this up and use it at the right time, you know, this could be devastating for an opponent. But overall, this game looks like a lot of fun. My big thing is I hope that they do online for it, because I would love to see online functionality for this game. It seems like it would be perfect for that, to be able to fight each other. Or maybe, you know, they could just bring us pocket battle, even though, you know, at this point, I don't know. This is one of those things they keep telling us is coming, but we'll see. Maybe in the future at some point. Come on, guys. Just give it to us. Let us give you our money. Here's our money. You want it? So NT Creates has released a statement for this next story. If you are one of those who are playing Mighty Gunvolt Burst, then hey, Ikoro character DLC is coming to Mighty Gunvolt Burst on July the 27th. You can download her from free from the 27th all the way until the 9th of next month. So, you know, there's a good couple weeks here, week and a half, something like that, where you'll be able to get this character for free. It seems really cool. And if it's free, you might as well log on, write those dates down, which is 7/27/89, and log on and get this character. If you're not playing Mighty Gunvolt Burst yet and you haven't played it, imagine that Mighty number 9 was done correctly, and that's this game. So if you're a Mega Man fan and you really enjoy these side scrollers that are Mega Man like, this one actually gets it right. It's really fun. It's very challenging, and it's one that I do recommend to you. So, which, as you notice, there might be some games that are conspicuously absent from my channel that have come out, and it's because I didn't connect with them. Things like Tumbleseed that I just found was very, I didn't like them very much. I'll put it that way. So, and instead of being openly negative like I'm doing right now to contradict what I'm saying, I just, you know, don't necessarily cover them because I don't want to give them negative coverage, just because what they have is not necessarily what I enjoy to play. So doesn't mean it's a bad game. I just didn't care too much for that one. And there's a few other ones I feel the same way about. But this is one that I do say, if you enjoy the classic Mega Man experience, you'll love Mighty Gunvolt Burst, and go ahead and, you know, download this free character Ikoro on the 27th of July. So the next story, yet another game. Bedtime Digital Games has announced on their Twitter handle, they said we can finally also announce that Figment will be released on Nintendo Switch alongside the PS4 and Xbox One. And this is a pretty big news. This game looks really neat. It looks really cool. It's very interesting. And I know some people out there complaining about the, you know, the number of indie games that are coming to the Switch. But you know what? If that's how the Nintendo Switch has to get its start, then that's the best way to get its start. And, you know, I support that, because more games equals more fun. And as long as they're quality games, we can't lose. Or we don't lose, really. Join Dusty and his ever-optimistic friend Piper on an adventure through the different sides of the mind, solving puzzles to set things straight, beating back the nightmares, and seeking to restore the courage that's been lost. A musical action adventure set in the recesses of the human mind. Welcome the world of Figment. A strange and surreal world, a place filled with our deepest thoughts, urges, and memories, populated by the many voices we hear in our heads. Now, this mind has been quiet and calm for many years, but something has changed. New thoughts have started to emerge, taking the shape of nightmarish creatures who spread fear wherever they go. The only hope is for the grumpy Dusty, the mind's former voice of courage, to get back to his old self and help the mind face his fears. And this game sounds cool. You know, the story, the premise behind what's being created here, it's something that I'm really excited about digging into and checking out. So the last thing I want to talk about, which I'll talk about just briefly, because there will be future videos on this once Splatoon 2 is in my hands and I'm able to use this app. And if you haven't figured it out, it's a Nintendo Switch online app. And this thing, from what I've seen on different news sites and people who have tested this and shown, to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed what I see so far in this. And you know, the thing that Nintendo offered us was better functionality than what would be offered on the Nintendo Switch. The problem is, I don't feel like at this point that they have delivered on that. It looks like maybe there'll be an update soon, but the fact that your phone has to always be on, that if someone calls you, it cuts out the chat, even if you don't answer. If your phone accidentally goes to sleep, it cuts out the chat. If you minimize that to the tray on your phone, it cuts out the chat. This is absolutely horrible. It's you know, a battery leech app for your phone that's going to kill your phone very quickly, and it causes you to have to plug it up, which kind of undoes anything. Imagine having to plug the phone into the wall, then plug the headset into the phone, and then plug the headset into the Switch while it's into the phone, while it's into the wall, and then, you know, where are you at from there, right? So not a very good setup, I will say. So hopefully they do an update and fix some of these things, but as of right now, looking at that, it's got me a little bit worried, and I just hope that, you know, within a year or so, they say, you know what, let's dump the app, and let's go ahead and, you know, put the chat functionality on the Nintendo Switch and give us the option just to chat on there. Hopefully, if they follow suit and how they, approach the 3DS with the new Nintendo 3DS, if there is a reiteration of the Nintendo Switch in the future, it is my hope that Bluetooth is built in, and also this chat functionality is fully available on the new Switch. I think that would be great. And if it sucks battery, fine. I would rather buy something to plug into the Switch to keep it in my pocket, while I'm playing on the go or something like that, as opposed to having to plug my phone into the Switch, plug my phone into the wall, and run these cables on the splitter that goes to my headset and all this stuff. It's just kind of crazy to me. So Nintendo, if you're listening, hey, I've got hope. I'm going to support you, but please just get this right. And if you're going to have a phone app, please make it the best communication app that's out there on the market, because people already don't want to use this app for their communication needs. So let's just hope that they get it right. I hope they do. I want to approach this with positivity and say, yes, Nintendo has never really been good with online functionality, but perhaps they'll get it right and they'll realize that we just need a solid method of chatting to one another as opposed to whatever they're going for right now. Anyway, that's going to do it for news here today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Be sure to like and subscribe below if you haven't already. I would love to have you as part of the community here at the channel. If you are watching and you haven't subscribed, just hit that red box down there. What have you had to lose, right? Nothing. You have nothing to lose, and you would be helping me out tremendously. So just go ahead and hit it right now. Come on. Yes. Push the button. Push the button. Yep. Yes. No. Yes. That one. Okay. I'm kidding. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.